And
Yeah, has anybody? You guys talked to PD or anyone? I talked to Joey, but I haven't talked to PD or anyone recently.
Yeah, we're staying connected. I mean, they're all, we're all just like getting new news every day. I
Yeah,
know they're optimistic though. I know that they're trying to get all of their operations going, fireproof. Cincinnati, they got a lot of restaurants involved too. So,
How many locations does he own?
dude, it's like
he's got it.
So that's okay. Yeah, that answers that. Yeah,
PD's the
they're
man.
expanding quick. Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Though.
but they're handling it.
I mean, honestly, this probably gives them more time to really like evaluate what maneuvers you can make. Like I'm saying, once business opens up, it's gonna be really like
full throttle on Fowler Park, right?
Columbus. Oh
yeah, dude. A lot of people are like
deals, like all that.
There will be some people that are scared to go out at first, and obviously that's fine. But there's going to be a lot of people too that are just like ready to go.
They're ready to go yesterday.
Yeah, dude.
People that have probably already had it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like people probably have it for like they probably had it for like 4 months now, something like that.
So you just might never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's nuts.
Well, it's 6:31. We're late. Damn it, we're late. It's because
I put the link in my bio.
No, we're good. People like to hear this.
Yeah.
So Intel, you just moved?
Yeah, man, I moved over to the quarry. So dude, this is the first time in my life I feel like I'm not living in a frat house. Like,
now, when you say quarry, I'm thinking of Call of Duty Warzone, so you don't want to go there.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, don't meet me there. No.
Yeah, that's always.
Or the gulag.
Dude, don't even talk about the gulag. That's like a source of anxiety. Dude, the only source of anxiety for quarry.
I have a 5% win percentage with the gulags. It's fine.
I'm 5% with the Magnum. That's probably what my 1% is. If I can.
I live in the. I should probably start paying rent because I'm there.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Hey, Mike, hit us with the intro, bro.
Yeah, it's episode 4 of the Columbus DJ podcast. If you're watching right now, we are so glad you're here. We have 2 special guests today. We have Entel and DJ Pyro, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, DJ Corrupt.
What's up, man? I appreciate you guys coming on. Hold on. We got some dogs in the background. But, hey, it's cool. This is going to be a cool episode for me because I know both of you guys have completely different styles, and I think that's exactly why this is going to be a really interesting episode. So,
hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get straight into it, guys. Tell us who you are, and Entel, we'll probably just start with you, buddy. Give us your story and tell us as much about yourself as you want the audience to know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll start off. Yeah. So my name's Anthony. I produce and DJ under the name Entel. And this whole project actually started by accident when I was in high school. So when I was a kid, my grandmother in like 5th grade bought me a guitar. My dad and me would play all the time. He played bass. So I actually grew up in high school playing in bands. So to get shows, we had to record ourselves. And so through that, other bands in the area started asking us, hey, can you help us with demos? And, then we started to learn more about the recording process. And through that, started adding synths and pianos, stuff we couldn't play, but if we played to a click track. And I very quickly learned I could kind of write music without having to, schedule a band practice. I bought a DJ controller at like 16, I think. And my band, we actually bought it because we thought we could use it as like a Linkin Park type tool. And then when we found out what it was, I didn't touch it till I think I saw Rovi I snuck into Circus to see Rovi. And I was like, oh, okay, what'd they do? But yeah, man, so that's kind of how Entel started. Into college, my roommate finally was like, I think you're producing house music. And I had been DJing in dorms. And so shout out DJ B-Funk. I submitted a mix for the Athens Dave Rave DJ Showcase. And he booked me, and I've never looked back. So yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Definitely shout out DJ B-Funk.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
DJ B-Funk.
Fucking legend.
If only he would move to Columbus, and then we could have him on the show.
Exactly.
He's still
we can still have him.
Yeah, he's he's
DJ'd in Columbus. So
give him a green screen of like Columbus downtown. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get him down here. But yeah, so from there, then, man, that's kind of how Entel started. The whole DJ thing has just been a beautiful product of like just really liking to write music and kind of the outlet I decided to use to perform. So. Yeah, here I am 10 years later.
It's been awesome to see your journey, especially this, as we've gotten to know each other a little bit better this past year and having you on shows at Dahlia. I finally know your style, you know, and it's cool to see you perform. There's a lot of energy there. It's awesome.
Yo,
It's
Intel, tell these people like some of these shows that you've opened for and been a part of, man. Because I mean, I feel like you're selling yourself short by not letting people know. Like,
okay. I mean, I'm a little buff. Yeah, I don't know. So over the last couple of years, I mean, I've shared the stage with like Matt Zoe, Gareth Emery, Nora Unpure, Gabriel in Dresden was real fun. Most recently, James, you hooked up the Grum show. That was probably my favorite to date. Black Gummy was another one. I performed at the Electric Forest Renegade Pinky Ring stage.
Nice.
I tried to play a melodic deep set at Lost Lands last year, but I mean, you just know how that went.
I can't imagine the faces you got.
Dude, I was playing a Yodo track, and I remember a woman yelled, "Hell yeah, man! I love EDM," and I was like, "Oh, this is not EDM." She's like Big Room House. But,
you know, the Lost Lands family is like real tight, and if once they hear house music, they're like, "Hey, what is this?"
Yeah, they're not going. They're not going for that.
Actually, you know what, dude? Like, real quick, like you asked me about shows. My favorite show I've done to date that I have no photos of is I was direct support for the original Lane 8 This Never Happened show. And so I mean that was one of the coolest experiences I've had because I mean there was no cell phones. So
Pyro, give us a quick bio of yourself so people that maybe don't know you can check out your stuff.
Yeah. All right. So basically, I started DJing. Well, let's see where it started off. All right. So basically, I started off as a promoter. When I first got out of high school, went to Gehenna Lincoln. I got out of high school and I started promoting at Cantina, or I think it was Patio actually. And I really got to know the city by like just bringing in like mass amounts of people. And I just like, that's how I kind of worked my way up there. And then I went to like a show, I think it was like 13 Fest, except like way back in the day. And I just saw the energy from that. And I was like, damn, all right, so like DJing is cool. So I picked up on DJing. At the time I was by myself. And I ran into Replay like a few months after that. And he kind of like just led me through like how to actually mix, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just a lost like soul, just like thinking that because I got booked for a festival and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, all right, I was like, this shit. I remember like, I hit you up. I was like, yo, man, super hype to play this festival. I've never played on CDJs in my life, bro. Like, I didn't know cool, but like it was cool. But like, I mean, now from like then to now, it's kind of like it's pretty tight, you know. Done a lot of shit. Like, traveled for it, do like more than like but it's just from like the connections that I've made and the way that I'm able to like push myself and just like be a positive person, you know what I'm saying? Never pull up on someone, just be like oh shitey, just be like, dude, what's up? Like, yo, add me a snap. Let's make some connections, because you never know what anyone like does until you talk to them. You know?
Yeah,
it can help you out.
Well, I remember when you first started playing, and I've seen how far you've come with your mixing, and it's night and day. It's awesome. And I've seen you play, and now you can play solo sets. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, that was one of the big things that like this year, going into 2020. I've played before, but not confidently. You know, I've never really like I had to work my like confidence level into there, being confident about what music I'm sending out. You know, and if people actually like it. And then I played on Christmas in Cincinnati, dude. And then I was like, all right, so like I know where I need to be, and I know the energy that I need to bring. You know what, like how I like my style, but like I like a lot of genres, so it's kind of different.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Some of the top open format DJs that I know started as promoters. DJ Stretch, DJ Shift. These guys were literally just promoters at Hakkasan. Then they got to play and got a residency with them.
That's crazy as hell.
It is crazy, man. And think about the connections that you make as a promoter. I mean,
right.
And being a DJ that has people come out is DJing now. You have to have support, and people will support you as long as you're a good person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of a testament to that too, because like I never really did the promoting game. Yeah, I just went right to DJ. So like to flip that's what I'm learning now in today's day and age, is like learning how to backtrack and
Also, if you go out too, like anyone that goes out, you don't even have to be like a promoter. You can just be like a weekly club or like, you know what I'm saying, but everyone there. Like, and at one point you're like, well, I'm not DJ, you know what I'm saying? I could get the party started.
I feel like you're a good promoter though, Intel. Like you promote your DJing. You don't
Oh yeah,
spam
you definitely do.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Which is great. People come out because they want to hear you play. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
great.
and that's definitely like the line I'm teetering though. Is like when you come out, like you're gonna get an Intel set, so I might not get like a bunch of open format gigs, but dude, I mean the energy I get to bring for that hour has been so worth it lately. So it's
Oh,
not as
definitely.
it's not as much, but dude, I mean, dude, after the Grum show you saw me, I think I was dripping in sweat, like I just got done running.
Yeah.
Or something. Like,
Yeah. Well, I when you're playing an electronic set like that, an hour is enough, or an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like an open format set, you want to play longer.
Oh, you're gonna play
That stuff goes like that. Yeah.
What do you guys think? What's the ideal set time for you're coming out, someone's playing you to be yourself, DJ Pyro, Entel, Corrupt, you don't have to play for anybody. What's the ideal set time?
2
You
hours.
can go first. Yeah. All right. So,
2 hours, man. That would be a perfect storytelling amount for me, with like starting a little deep and melodic, and then ending probably. I might get crazy and hit 128 BPM if you give me 2 hours.
gassing it.
Yeah.
I'd say probably like, dude, honestly, recently, like the sets I've been playing a few virtual sets, and they've each been like 30 minutes. But if you think about it, in 30 minutes, you can play a lot of music, like regardless. But in 2 hours, dude, that's a lot of.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you got to think too. My genre, though, I mean, I never hide it, man. I mean, that's the beautiful part, man, is like letting these songs kind of play out to an extent,
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, 2 hours, man. I mean, shit. You look at like a live, like I'll use one of my idols for.
It's like a journey
like,
through sound.
Yeah, but like Grum's live sets, man, he's playing 12, 14 songs in an hour. Like just letting them do their thing.
Damn. Wait, what?
You look like you're
14
thinking
songs.
super hard about this.
Some of these live streams, they're telling a story. Depending on, I've seen 45-minute podcast or live streams, then I've seen like 2.5 hour live streams.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like how different, like trance is to open format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, Dave Dresden, the first week the whole Twitch thing popped off, I think for the Gabriel and Dresden page, he logged like, I think 45 hours of streaming in a week.
What?
Yeah, if you go to Dave's page or so, it's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, for that Club
wild.
Quarantine thing they're doing, yeah.
Ideally, though, I feel like an hour and a half is pretty good. Like, depending on, like, I mean, like, if you're playing, like, during the day, like, if you're talking about festivals, like, if I had an hour and a half set at, like, 4:30, I'd be cool with that. But, like, I don't know, like, I'm not a headliner or anything, but, like,
What do you think,
it is
James?
what it is.
So, guys, what are you doing aside from maybe studio right now and live streaming? What are you guys doing to pass your time during the quarantine?
You want to go first, Will?
You go first, buddy.
Yeah. I've actually been finding myself, I mean, you just like outside music stuff, I guess.
Yeah, just like if you're taking a studio break, because I know you're in the studio, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the beauty of having that downtown and isolated. Shit, dude. I just moved, so not a lot recently. I'm unpacking the house, but I'll do fishing sometimes.
Nice, man.
Like the last year and a half, I've really put a focal point on like getting back in the gym and exercising. So actually, like spending a lot of time, like kind of being like health conscious has been nice. So
absolutely. I mean, no, Mike's in the same boat.
Yeah.
Right? You just started
Love
working
the
out a
gym,
lot,
man.
Yeah.
Love the gym.
How about you, Pyro?
So basically, so I mean, I just been working. So I work construction. So for my dad,
Nice.
and I just crush concrete, like excavator, like big shit like that. But like, it really hasn't really affected like this whole Corona thing hasn't really impacted the construction side of it. So we just like move forward with everything, I guess, like that,
So I mean, obviously you see an effect on your DJ stuff, but with work, it hasn't even been a thing.
Not at all. But like with the like, it's actually giving me more time to listen to music, because like at the end of the day, like when I play sets, I've like with the dubstep, I try to make it more different, not like what everyone else plays, but like I go deep into like the music, like just like try to find different shit. So at work, I just sit in the machines all day and just blast music like all day.
Hell yeah.
So like I just like build it, and I'll like songs, and then like at the end like I'll download them when I get off work. So
Nice.
it's been pretty smooth. I just haven't. I've played it like I said, a few virtual sets, but other than that, I mean, we're all just like chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely been enjoying being able to like collectively just take a breath and not feel guilty about like getting some naps and stuff in. Like
Hell yeah, I mean
that's definitely been like an added bonus of all this. Like, you know, like after
it's
like
definitely necessary.
24 hours downtown of like, you know, all that coming home and just vegging, dude. Like no guilt.
What are some live streams that you guys have caught that are like your favorite so far? Like for me, it was I watched the DJ Vice one, and he's like so animated. He's eating tacos and shit. He's
Are you talking about on IG?
yeah, just he goes live I think twice a week, and he kills it. Like some of his mashups, his wordplay mashups, transitions that he does. I'm just like, man, how do you like think of that? Like that's crazy to me.
I've
Stealing them, like texting myself.
Yeah.
I've caught a few minutes of like most of his recent sets like in the past week, and he actually like kills shit.
He did that DJAM tribute set. It was kind of like a tribute set. DJAM just celebrated he would have celebrated another birthday, and I grew up loving DJAM, and he was like really good friends with them. You know, they were like kind of like number 1 and 2 as the top DJs in the industry at the time, and it was really cool to see him do that.
Dude, I've kind of lacked on live streams. Like I watched the Club Quarantine with Dave Dresden does that one. The Angunities channel in general is one I'm pretty over, but I'm a pretty big fan of them as well. But dude, to be honest, I kind of took the first part of this quarantine as like a chance to unplug, and I kind of stopped listening to music for a while and just focused on my stuff. So I don't know if that's like a valid answer, but
No, I totally understand that. Like, just like taking a break, like now that like we don't have to do anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, for a while, Dahlia like DJing every weekend, you know, partying, like whatever we were doing. It was just like it was a lot. And now like that we don't do anything, it gives me time to reflect on like what I can like do differently going into like once we go back into like the real world, if that ever happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good point.
It really gives you time to think.
It does, and it's a good break for everyone, I think, and you can look back at like what you could improve on. The industry is fast-paced. You know, especially a place like Dahlia where it's open every weekend. You might have a residency like that, you might not, but you know, and in Columbus, it's a lot of things happening all at once. There's people bar hopping, there's promotion, there's reading the crowd. There's emceeing, there's weather, you know, plays an effect. There's so many different pieces where the night can get messed up and you have to be ready to fix it. It's like it's a lot mentally.
Yeah, and especially on the label side of things. I mean, I think like, dude, labels are pushing like 3 songs a week to stay like with upwardly. So like, listeners' attention span is so damn quick anymore.
Especially like the labels that you're going after too. They're like pushing out music.
Yeah, dude. If you can't hit like a production schedule that they're okay with, they're just not even gonna look at you. So that's like where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Do you just like when you make music, how essentially do you go about like pushing it?
Hey, Pyro, we're asking the question.
I'm logging off, boys.
So Intel, what is that process like? You know, with what you're talking about.
So basically, I mean, I'm kind of in a phase now. If I'm being honest with you guys, like I'm kind of taking a step back. I had a lot of, I don't want to like name drop outlets because nothing worked out, but I think I kind of burnt them out, and I think that's something I'll start off with is being realistic with a lot of these major outlets. They're willing to listen to you, but you know, you got to really be on it with what you're sending them, or they're gonna stop listening. So. Yeah, I don't know. The whole way I go about it is I keep myself on a production schedule. I try to write at least 1 demo a week. And then at the end of each month, I go through all those demos and I'm picking the ones like, okay, these are good, these are not good. And then I've got a couple group chats with some homies, you know, actually it's called the Progressive Music Homie Chat or something. But then we're always just sharing. We have a Google Doc with like label contacts, you know, different influencing pages. And so then, you know, it's just like a weekly email blast game at that point. And, you know, I'm sending out 10 to 15 emails minimum a week, you know, and I'm only talking about, you know, the 1 or 2 responses I get a month. So, you know.
And that's the battle right there for an upcoming artist is how do you use the connections and how much and when do you hit these people up? Because these guys have lives and, you know, they're on their own schedule. They're on their own hustle. So you have to be careful with the words. For me, I like to try to interact Hey, stop killing people in Warzone, bro. I'm trying to do this podcast, bro. Hey, but anyway, for me, I like to send these artists non-DJ related things.
Mm-hmm.
I like to check up on them. I like to, talk other things with them. And I feel like, whether they respond or not at the time, it shows them that I'm not just trying to like use them.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Yeah, like there's somebody I met. Actually, yeah, I agree with that. And I had one of my favorite artists that I've been able to snag his phone number. He actually finally just texted me back and said busy people were like respond when they like something. But he's been helping me out, and that was a very harsh lesson I learned. Where I'm like, all right, maybe I take a breath on sending some stuff for a little bit. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's a bar. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just did. It's not something you ever want to receive, but it's the reality of what you're doing. And you've got to be okay with getting texts like that, especially if you're trying to push what we're all doing. So
I feel like Mike, you would be like that. Like, I'm not saying you're not a big DJ, but if you were like a big producer and people were sending you music, you'd be like extra critical. Like a week later, like. This is all right.
Depending on how much time you have, man. I would love to listen to every mixtape that gets into my YouTube. I mean, the craziest thing is like back when my YouTube was popping like a year ago when I was putting out videos weekly, it was kind of crazy to answer every question. And you think people have like a basic understanding of DJing and, how to troubleshoot and stuff like that. And people were asking me questions like, my Serato's not working, what's happening? And like, I'm trying to be like, okay, that good YouTuber, trying to help people out. And then so you'd be like, well, can you open up your settings and see what your security options are? And they're like, huh? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This is going to take like, we'll need to figure out some Google or something.
I think a good way to say that too is, though, I mean, there's an understanding when you get to a certain level where you're at, like, you can't take offense to that. Like, sure, it sucks, but I mean, like, busy people,
I mean, if you really want, you gotta take.
Yeah, and like, you get back to what you can, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think it's this balance of, like, furthering yourself personally while still engaging those that are like interested in what you're doing, but having a responsibility to, do you and make sure you're doing you right. So then when you do respond,
For sure, I agree. Hey, Entel, are you a Eric Pritz fan?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that's a crazy question, but he's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you if you've ever been to one of his epic shows yet.
Dude, I went to Hollow in New York City in December, and it was absolutely yeah, dude. And not only that, Christoph is like one of my, like, I'd say recently, Christoph. Damn, now you got me excited, dude.
Dude, I'm excited listening to you.
Yeah, dude, like my buddy Pinwheel that I own the studio with downtown, Tyler, like we had this whole, actually, I'll just tell you, my end of the year was great. I went from Dead Beats, Chicago to Eric Preeds to then Bass Nectar and for New Year's Eve. So the last part of December was fucking.
Oh yeah, that's
But dude, like my buddy Tyler doesn't even like really dig like Eric Preeds. Dude, he left that Hollow show. It was like 4:30 in the morning. We're leaving this warehouse, and he's like, "Yeah, we can't ever miss that function again."
Like he's like one. He's like that one.
He's an innovator.
Producer. Yeah, he's like that one producer who really cares about their visuals and the whole experience, kind of like an Excision or like an Millennium.
Yeah. And shit, I even went to the Excision tour at the LC, man. I mean, fuck, shout out Excision. His production was really well.
Oh yeah, no
it was no
as it should be.
Yeah, I mean,
guys,
pretty hollow.
The guy should carry a $500,000 production everywhere.
Yeah,
he goes,
exactly.
Man.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
That shit's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, dude, James, you guys booked Corrupted, or not Corrupted? Yeah, you guys booked Prince to Sway, didn't you? Like, and he played.
Yeah. And I've opened for Pritz 3 times.
Wow.
One at Dahlia, one at Sway, and one at what was it, Sugar 2 or Red Zone.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine Eric Prydz in Sway. What? How many people were there? How many people?
Well, the thing, there's every table is sold. You know, yes, it's a small capacity, but so is Dahlia. And Pritz loved it. He was like, I've never played a small, intimate, low ceiling venue like this. He's like, he went on Twitter like the next day. He's like, just played a show in Columbus that was like nothing like I've done in a long time, and he loved it.
I can't believe I missed that show, dude. Like, I have no excuse. I've just heard the stories you tell me about it.
It was somebody's birthday. Were you at that Eric Pritz show, Rusty, at Sway? He's not listening.
For our listeners who don't know what sway is, let me describe it for you. You walk in, you go down a flight of stairs, and it opens up into a tiny little, I believe, John Taff would call it a butt funnel. So you had to automatically rubbing against people going in and out. And then to your left, you have VIP and the DJ booth, which was pretty crazy because it was much smaller VIP than most places. And then you had a pit dance floor, VIP around the long side, long bar on the right side, and just the lowest ceiling that, like, you don't even have to have hops. You're touching the ceiling.
Yeah, and the lights are like right there.
Yeah. So you could grab a light potentially.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
I think, did you guys book like Cosmic Gate there? So I only went to one show at Sway. I think it was the Cosmic Gate
Chucky
show.
was stacked there.
So that was back when Cosmic Gate sold out Sway on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
And, like, it doesn't matter who you booked at the time. Like, I'm not gonna get into too much politics of the scene for like these companies, but this was when Peerless decided that this was before the partnership with Prime Social. We were just booking our own artists at first.
Wild Wild West.
Well, it was wild, dude. Like, it didn't matter. We could get anybody we want, man. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's why we got Eric Pritz in a small venue like that, because at the time, he was there for the taking for not too much money. Now he's like, I don't even know how much he is now. But
I mean, shoot, I don't even know. Dude, I think back in like 2012 in Athens, B-Funk booked I hope he's okay with me saying this, but B-Funk booked Crisley for like $700 and sold that shit out, dude. Like, and that was right before Crisley, like, dude, yeah, well, I can tell most stories like that, but yeah, when I finally asked, like, how much you get Crisley for? He's like, $700. The following month, that shit was like triple.
Yo, Pyro, in your intro, I feel like you didn't talk about like the type of music you play, man, because like, someone could come see DJ Pyro on a Thursday and it could be one thing, and someone sees DJ Pyro on a Saturday and they could be what you guys walk into. Talk about that a little bit, man.
So basically, well, I started off with more of the hip hopish vibe. Actually, no. I started off like way back in the day, like Flux Pavilion when Do or Die came out. That's when I really got into like the EDM scene, and then I tried to play it in the clubs and it really wasn't working out at all. Like,
you mean out Flux Pavilion?
Oh my god, dude! I tried to playing like Keizo and shit back in like Patio, and then that's when like I realized I was like, yeah, so I gotta figure out like what the fuck I'm doing. Like, so then I got into house parties. And it was more of a mixture of like you could throw a little bit of like RO grime into like some hip hop or some shit, but I really got into the hip hop from like the house parties. So then when I got into the clubs more, I was already cultured to being able to like just mix the hip hop. And then when I started playing festivals and more like club shit, I got more into the EDM scene and find like just journeying through which genres, like tech house. I've got into that shit at Dahlia like recently, like, and that shit's gas, like trance, like Lane 8, like all that shit. Like
let's go.
Yeah, Lane 8 is another Intel favorite.
That's Jake's favorite.
Yeah,
dude, he's gas, dude. Like who else is there? Gorgon City, like that shit.
Oh, dude, I saw them on accident at South by Southwest when I went down there for college, and dude, I ended up seeing them like 4 times that week. Like anytime they had a set, I was like, dude, I had no idea who they were, and I was like,
they had like 4 sets at Forest last year.
I heard they were going crazy at Forest.
They did a live set and a DJ set, and then a couple after party sets.
But to top that off, basically like just tech house, like hip hop, dubstep is the main one, but like I'm learning like different types of subgenres for dubstep, like rhythm, like space bass. That's what I'm really into, like peekaboo type shit. Just more of just like slapping like type shit. But
describe Space Camp, because you're talking about tech house.
No, not Space Camp. Space Bass is more like
I'm saying like for Space Camp, like talk about what you guys do there, and shout out to Raiden for putting that on. Yeah. But like, I mean, when you're talking about some of the EDM you do.
Basically, all right. So
wait, say it again.
So basically,
talk about like that party and like how you throw down for like one of those shows.
So basically, we started Space Camp. Well, Raiden started it like about a year ago, maybe. and we came to the first one, and we realized the vibe that it was really super. It was like super dope. It was in a small basement. Everyone was going nutty. So probably like 20 people maybe. And then we started collaborating with it, and then we started just getting decided to put more. He wanted to put local artists on, and give them a name for themselves, but have give everyone a scene just to act out and do whatever they fucking want. You know what I'm saying? And just rage. And it was the coolest shit ever, because we were just throwing shows for we were just throwing ragers, dude. So then we ended up getting into Scully's, bigger, moved it to Cincinnati. We played at different cities and shit. And then I think back in August and stuff, I just stopped kind of working with them. So I don't really talk to them.
Is what it is, man.
Dude, I played one of those space camps. They had me come out and they were playing all techno set, and dude, it was fucking nutty. They get down with the get down, whatever their crowd is. I've never been able to go that drum code with a set in Columbus.
Dude, the first space camps were nuts, because I was the one you played. Dude, I was the one where we had the upstairs and the downstairs, and yeah. It was cool as fuck, because we had Fear and Loan, all of them, and we just had everyone downstairs on just grimy, just gas bass. That was cool.
Yeah. So I know that you're a DJ that likes to be energetic, and I've seen you play hip hop and I've seen you play your trap set. I think you're good at both, but your trap set that I listened to were some really good edits, and it's not that you can't play like that all the time, it has to be a special type of show. So I think that, you being open format is the good move, because, you can play more frequent. You could get booked.
You can get booked for every.
You're already crushing those trap shows, and you just got to keep doing that, and then you'll start opening for some more trap artists. I could tell you right now, before we got locked down, we had a bunch of trap DJs getting booked at Dahlia.
I know, that's dude. That
we were about to announce. Yeah, and I think trap's still here. I think it's a big. I think it's not going anywhere for a while, and I don't think trance is either, because I feel like Columbus wants every type of show. Mm-hmm. They do. They want to hear everyone. They don't yes, they love house music, but they also I got a whole other side of friends that want to only hear hip hop. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Look, Dahlia Saturday, I love that. I love it. So
see, the patio, and then the inside, I was like, that's gas.
Yeah, that's gas.
Yeah.
Dude, Entel, you are part of the OU crew. Ton of DJs come out of Ohio University, #1 party school for umpteen amount of years. Yeah. Tell us what it's like to go there, to party there, to DJ there, and tell us about OU from a DJ perspective, but also just from someone who likes to party perspective.
Yeah. So to start off, from a party perspective, I mean, dude, there was just absolutely no bars held. I mean, it was any day of the week you could go somewhere, and especially being a DJ. I mean, there was a party, a rave. I mean, there was always something going on. But from within that, yeah, you said. I mean, dude, I've never really experienced anything like I kind of did with the OU DJ community. And I mean, I grew up playing sports and stuff. It's still the brotherhood we had was just, I mean, it was incredible. We had B-Funk running Dave Rave down there, which was, he was throwing shows across campus. He had a weekly at this bar called Red Brick. So I guess I'll start Athens with that, man. This bar, Red Brick, had a basement that was super raw. You'd walk down this set of stairs. I mean, it looked like you were entering a little closet, but then it would open up into a square miniature room. And dude, these Thursday nights that were called B-Funk's Basement, and I mean, he would book two guest DJs. It was, I mean, dude,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, but through that, man, we also had a little group called Evil Zebra Productions that we were all kind of running together. And actually, Alex from Fear and Low, Alex was part of this. So there's probably 7 or 8 of us at the peak of it. We had a guy that was running production, event coordinating. So when it would come to these street fests, we'd have all of us DJ in the biggest houses, whether it was Palmer Fest, Mill Fest, High Fest. and you got done with your set, and you just went over to your buddy's party, and you started playing again, and then he'd go to your party, and it was just never ending. And then the parties get shut down, and you find a place for afters, bring all the speakers there. That afters gets shut down, so then you move it to a smaller one and just rinse repeat every week, dude.
Wow. And talk about the fest, because it's what, once every weekend is a different street, and then it's a block party for that street, right?
Yeah. And so it definitely got weird. It kind of sucks with how Athens kind of started to handle the street fest towards the end of my time there. But yeah, I mean, basically that's it, man. They shut down a street. The campus just gets together. The DJs are the first ones there and the last ones to leave with their equipment. And basically your whole goal is just to be the loudest you can to hold the crowd and have the most kegs. But yeah, no, it was always just so cool, though. I mean, to see an entire campus come together and, I mean, for the most part, responsibly party. I mean, the majority of the arrests or people that got in trouble there would be, you know, from outside campus. So, yeah.
Cool, man. And then, yeah, James, did you want to ask Pyro anything like fun or crazy? I got intel kind of going on that.
I mean, I know that I want to hear more about this California gig, because I remember when you went out there, you were just living it up, and I know you guys had a successful set.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was good for you because you had been playing Columbus so much. You know, you finally were super hyped about your first, I don't know if it was your first Cali show or not. I think it was. Yeah. Just tell me more about that, because I know that feeling of playing a big show for your first time. I know you did the festival at the Day Club, but aside from that, tell us about Cali.
So, all right. So initially, I'll tell you like how I got booked from the first place. So like, I was in San Diego. We were just we went to this bar we had heard about, and so I walked in and I was talking to the bartender, and he was telling me about this clothing line that he had, and I was like, so you know anyone around here that like, do you guys fuck with like bass shows or anything? He's like, well, we actually have a venue that we go to every weekend or like every weekend, just like turn up. It's called PB Avenue. So we throw shows there. The guys that are throwing the shows are actually on the way here right now. So like 5 minutes later, this dude just like you could tell just smokes, like he surfs, like all that, just like it's so funny, dude. I was like, oh yeah, dude, we're about to be best friends. So I walk up to him and we were talking. I'm like, so what do you guys do? He's like, basically we just throw shows like every week for like we have the venue on lock. It was almost like Dahlia, like to where like, you know, we were in there like that, but like they had a whole venue, you know. And I was like, so ideally, like the first day I met him, I booked a show. I came back 6 months later, and we played at first it was gonna be a bass show. Well, actually it was a bass show, and then the second time I played there, we played a tech house show. So it's a pretty dope vibe. Like California, like in general, like it's mind blowing to like even being across the country, and it's just like it's completely different from Ohio, from where I've grown up, and like what I've ever experienced. It's just it's the energy there. You just feel more confident. I walked into the venue like I wasn't nervous. I was just ready to like blow shit down, you know. And like it was a good feeling. And after that, I realized that like I like being out in California, so I started going out there more.
Nice. I thought, you know, it's cool to hear that you played two different types of sets, and meeting a you know, somebody like that in a clothing store, you just never know. And that's why it's.
I don't know. It was in a bar.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, but I mean, you just never know who you're gonna meet, and when you're playing a show, you never know who's gonna walk in that door.
Exactly.
You know what
That's kind of why you just really got to shoot for the start. Like that's why like every opportunity you have to play, you really just gotta like just gas it. You know, just like you know, have fun. And make it look like you're having fun. Don't look too stiff too. Like a lot of DJs, they really don't have fun. Or it doesn't show. You can see someone like they're trying to mix, but they're not like they're not vibing to it. You know, feeling the crowd. Like
yeah, it's interesting. I know what you're talking about. I feel like I'm in the middle because I don't go crazy like I used to. But now that I'm older, I'm fucking tired half the time. But
it's a workout, man.
It is. But
I skip cardio the day after shows.
I know some DJs that are pretty quiet, maybe don't even run the mic, and still just crush the room. Like
And
DJ
crush
Surge,
it. Yeah.
DJ Surge is
Don't
one
have
of
to say
the
anything.
guys, man.
Yeah.
He just doesn't even have to say anything on
He
the
doesn't have
mic,
to
and
say
he'll
anything.
just pack a room after 3 songs. And I'm just looking at him. He's like, I'm like,
Serge is the kind of DJ who can like sarcastically DJ and still get away with it. He'll like look at you and be like, "Watch this," and
Yeah.
just go stuff, and everyone will go nuts, and you'll be like, it'll
He's
look at you
telling
like,
you.
"What do you?"
yeah.
Dude, what do you
that's true,
expect?
man.
It's just not
Hey,
the
Mike,
same.
I got to do a quick shout out to the Buckeyes.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
only did we just dominate the draft, but we got the #1 recruiting class.
Let's go.
And one of my best friends, Joey's a Michigan fan. And
Wow,
Donovan,
I got to do it like that.
Wow.
I'm just saying, bro, their best player didn't go till 5th round, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm just saying. What's up, Joey?
Oh, damn.
Yo, shout out DJ Kenobi. I'm sure he'll be on the
Yeah.
show eventually
Yeah.
once he stops crying
Yep.
and once he starts realizing that you can only talk shit if you win, Joey.
Winners
It's
win, bro.
gonna be a while if that happens.
Yeah.
I want to stick on you for just a second, man. Almost every night I've drank with you, it's gotten crazy. Like I have to like be in my car on the way to the show at Dahlia and be like, he's gonna ask you to drink tequila. You're gonna say no. Be strong, Mike. Just say no, and
I
then
know.
we would always end up getting messed up on Thursdays.
Yeah,
so,
but you're easy to pressure, bro.
Yeah, you are.
That's
I've never
true.
had a
It's
problem
cool.
getting you to take shots, dude.
But
I just don't like to be that guy who's like, no, man. Like,
nah, dude. I just
Um,
yeah, I feel you.
But
What was your question?
The craziest thing you ever did was that Twitter video that you had that went viral. Tell people what happened and how that all came about. Because really, the only reason I want to have you on here is to hear this story.
All right,
Hilarious.
I got
And I
you.
want-
How many views did that thing get, by the way?
All right,
Millions.
so on Twitter, it got 6 million. And
Oh.
then, wait. And then I
6
was on
million.
No Jumper. I was on No Jumper on Instagram. And then Cheech and Chong posted it. And then I had at least 20 like different accounts that were like just had hella followers just posting. But the point was they want to build their following from like they're trying to get people to view it. So they just
They
took
were
me
clout
and just
chasing you.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
So
okay.
I missed.
They
I fumbled
they
the bag.
reposted.
I fumbled the bag. For sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
I mean-
tell people what happened in the video, because like right now people are like,
Yeah.
what happened? Why is it so good? Tell people what happened in the video, because it's crazy.
All right. So what happened was I was at work. I mean, you guys know I'm a goofy person, so I'm always trying to record shit in the moment. So I was at work. I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit a gravity bong. I do that. I do it. Don't let my dad hear it, but like, I casually do that like a
Tobacco
lot.
gravity
But
bomb, people.
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing illegal.
So basically I was at work and I just made a video. It was just like, over here about to get fried, like casual. And this lady that everyone thought it was my mom or my
Did look like
boss. She's not even light skinned. I mean, I guess I am light skinned, so
Realizations on the Columbus DJ podcast.
But nah, she it just timed out really, really crazy. But at the end of the video, she asked for a hit, and I had to edit it out because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like if my what it did, my dad
I'll
saw it.
bleep
He's
that
like,
out for you.
oh yeah.
No, the face on this
at this
lady's
point,
the face on this lady, or the look on this lady's face when she just pulls up on you, and
she
the
pulled up
camera
like she
angle,
looked like
it
she
looked
knew
fake,
she wanted
man.
to hit.
It was so good. Yeah.
Oh
It was
no,
like-
yeah. People thought it
Oh,
was
wait,
really,
she asked you for a hit at the end of that?
yeah.
Now I gotta bleep this all out, Enzo.
Hey,
Nice, dude.
Mike,
Classy.
make sure we add the video to the end of this.
Oh, I can definitely do that. Yeah.
Oh,
I think people are gonna want to see that.
Dude, when I tell you, I got on one day and someone sent, people were just sending it to me because I didn't follow these accounts, but people were like, bro, is that fucking you? I'm like, yeah, bro, that is me. Shit. He's like, bro, you're on No Jumper. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I went to Adam's DMs. I was like, bro, you owe me some clout, they didn't even tag me or nothing. I was
Wow.
like, yeah, because I didn't
That's
put my
social
handle in
media
the
for you.
video,
Yeah.
so I missed out.
Next time.
I haven't really been. Honestly, since then I've been putting videos on Twitter, but I'm just that's just naturally how I'm just goofy as fuck. But I feel like I haven't really done anything to try to follow up and make a YouTube video or a YouTube channel or whatever. like make a TikTok or something.
Dude, I think you need to show people your personality. I think it's awesome. I
I
think
need to be a stand-up comedian.
Dude, yeah, get that routine.
Dude, there you
going.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't know how funny I am, but I mean, like, I can make some shake.
I would go to that show.
Like, yo, what's up, dude? Middle of the set. Just like, I'm like, wait, y'all want to hear a joke? Like, cut the music.
See, in my head, I'm going, that would never work. And then, like, I'm like thinking about all the times. I'm thinking, like, I've said that and it's worked. That would actually be.
You know who's funny on the mic is Nasty. Nasty is the most funniest.
Hilarious, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he is funny, dude.
I'll give him a shout out.
Only when he's like, he's really good when he's sober or drinking, but when he's drinking, he says some random stuff.
Bro,
we gotta get him on the show, actually.
Yeah,
he won't. We tried it. He won't do it.
Already,
oh, that's right. We'll get him on. I'll
tell him
if
he doesn't get on.
I got 2 questions. One for Intel, but for you guys, I want to know. You guys watch any movies lately? Any TV shows? Like, what's something that you have watched since the quarantine?
You go ahead first, buddy.
Dude, shit! I dove back into Rick and Morty. Absolute classic. Love that.
Nice.
And I'm not super proud of this though, but I am on Zoe has been turning it on, dude. I'm on season 12 of Grey's Anatomy, and I can confidently talk about that show way too well.
Never seen it. I can't talk shit. I've never seen it.
Nah, you know what, dude? It's cool.
Grey's
Anatomy. So that's been the one that's on that, and Rick and Morty, man. Yeah.
You're a good boyfriend, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so have you guys seen Ozark yet on Netflix?
Dude, I have not seen season 3, but the first 2 seasons are out of this world.
You gotta watch it.
I haven't watched it at all, honestly.
There you go.
Here's a question. What's the worst show a girlfriend's made you watch?
13 Reasons Why, dude. I don't like that show.
What's that about? I've never heard of this.
That shit is gas, bro.
No, isn't that the one where that's like isn't that like the suicide one? I said that, right? Like,
I mean, it's not that gas. I mean,
nah, dude, it made me bummed out. That show made me sad. I didn't enjoy that.
I'm thinking of Riverdale. My bad. But
I was like, that's 2 completely different things, man. The way you guys are reacting to that show, I'm like, they're not talking about the same thing.
It was sad.
I know I gotta Google it real quickly.
It actually started getting way too corny. At the beginning, I believed it, but then like the last 2 seasons, it just got too like they're like, oh, like high school drama. Then they just made it. Yeah, it just went off the tracks. It should have stuck with
someone's made you watch. Will
Planet Earth. I think it was like some shit like that.
Oh,
my god!
Dude, Planet Earth is me and my cat's favorite show. We turn that shit on
every myself, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was bad.
But the only problem is when you watch something like that, then you just feel like you're the problem of the Earth.
Yeah.
We are.
Like, because the narrator's like, there's only 2 of these animals left.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
burgers halfway, like, just like chilling.
Yeah.
Whales are dying. It's your fault.
No, man. Those things, first of all, those are some of my favorite shows to watch. David Attenborough is a G, and he narrates like all of those.
No, the Cosmos is the best.
The Cosmos.
I don't think I've watched that. I don't think I've watched that one yet.
Close second. But the reason I like those shows is because it'll make you feel just terrible about your work ethic. Because like some iguana will like pop out of its egg, and like 3 seconds later, it's running for its life, and it will live. And it's like, and you just played video games for last like 3 hours, so it's like, it's crazy stuff. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that. James, do you have any crazy questions for Intel? We kind of made Pyro tell an interesting story. You got anything crazy you want to hear from Intel?
No, I got another DJ-related question because I want to hear about his podcast that he just started. I know it's a big deal.
Oh, shit.
I've been listening, man.
So Intel Radio, actually, so you guys are kind of talking about like my production flow and stuff and all these songs. So I've got a pretty heavy ID list that, I mean, to me at least, I'm comfortable with them. I don't know if like people are receptive, but so Intel Radio was my response to kind of the record label model anymore. It's an outlet for me to play all the music I'm writing, test it out, see how people vibe, as well as have some guests on. But my goal with it was finally within Ohio to really market the Midwest and the Ohio region and have something that's consistent at least once a month coming out that kind of showcases, the melodic progressive techno stuff that I love. And so the whole idea with that was to at least have consistent content and, you know, be able to premiere my stuff, but then, you know, have my friends on, you know, like I just had Max on, we premiered Bakov, and shout out Bakov, and we have a collab that we signed, and hopefully, I mean, we will be announcing the details on that soon, but yeah, I should have Max on it.
No. Yeah. I'm not gonna let that slide. You're gonna announce that.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
what's up with that?
So we haven't dotted the contract yet, but it should be out at the end of May. It'll be a 3-track EP that I'm putting out via Nueva Recordings, nice. And so Max and I tacked that one on to it to get that out quickly.
We were just talking to. You should watch our last episode with Fear and Low. We were talking about you guys because we were talking about how. You guys, I could see you guys working a lot together in the future. Mm-hmm. You know, you guys complement each other well.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was so fun. Even Raw, I mean, if I could talk about it real quick, dude, having Max in the studio, I mean, like you said, our style, I've never been with a DJ that, I mean, dude, we don't even have to think about it. Like when me and him play shows together, it's the first time in years I've had to like text Max and be like, hey, we should check tracks with each other real quick. You know what I mean? But, I mean, dude, we sat down and there wasn't even any thinking. I think I got a drum loop going and Max like looked at my keyboard and was like, or my synth thing and was like, can I play that? Like kind of shyly. And I was like, of course. And over the bass line, dude just hit a beautiful melody, like try with take one. And he's like, is that all right? I'm like, that's the hook, dude. And we just built it. Like, and he said it, I mean, the whole writing process, man, I think it was like 2 4-hour sessions. So yeah, we're hoping once this is all done that we can definitely get back at it.
That's a great thing.
No,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like everyone wants Bakavin to win, man. Like I remember the first.
Oh, dude, that is my dude. That is my dude for sure.
I like his style. Everybody win.
Yeah, obviously.
Dude, you know, that's the whole thing. I mean, I hope we can claim Max in Athens. Well, yeah, because Max is Athens too. But that was always our thing in Athens. Is it just takes one of us, dude, and then you know everybody's kind of eating from there. So, but you know, it's just like the support group we have in Columbus is wild. I mean, we're all
There's a lot of DJs in Columbus, and it's a healthy competition, I call it, because you have all these older DJs, all these younger DJs. Everyone's getting opportunities, but there's only so many shows. You know, a lot. For example, you know, I was putting you and Bach Oven on a lot of the same shows, but sometimes that's hard, you know, because there will be support brought by the headliner, or you know, maybe the budget's lower, you know, it just depends on the type of show. But I feel like everybody's really like not selfish, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think especially with the tier we're all at, and I mean, you know, if you don't, I kind of have like this whole new DJ syndrome idea. When you first start, you're excited, you think you like deserve the world, and you know, but like, you know, at the tier we're all at, I think we have that really humbling understanding of like, this is a working ecosystem that we're all kind of in together. So
sure.
Yeah. Yes, I was basically gonna say like, so recently, like, I feel like helping other DJs, you know, like say you have an opportunity to do something, and if you don't say, oh, let me hit up this guy, like I have a spot on this lineup, I might want to hit my dude up, maybe he'll want to play too, or maybe we'll go back to back or something. But to give someone an opportunity to be able to like provide music to a crowd is honestly dope too. That's why I like the whole back to back shit, because like, you just have two artists just airing it out, just, you know, like just trying to catch a vibe. Like, because honestly, like half the time when I go back to back with artists, I don't know what they're playing. So that's what makes it fun, because you like, it's tricky to like, you know, like how do I match his song, and like how do I just like, it's not like keeping up with them. It's just how can I keep the energy going? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, we've never really talked about that, like the duo, like the pros and cons of being a duo. I feel like that's a good conversation, because if there's times where I'm like, man, if I had a duo, I could have doubled the marketing, double the production.
Exactly, yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm like, man, I would have to split the pay.
There it is.
Then I would have to I would be able to be in full control of the set.
Right.
There's different approaches, but perspectives.
Do you feel like it's for like certain shows, like, you know, like this could be a great back to back for this show or something like that, or maybe I should put this solo, like how do you?
I like one-time back-to-backs, like special events, like just
random.
Hook me up with one of you guys for a back-to-back on a show, and that, you know, that might be one of your favorite shows of all time, just because it's so unplanned, you know.
Just making memories.
I went back-to-back with Fear and Low opening for Green Velvet, and we had no idea if it was going to work, and it was one of my favorite shows.
Dude, I think that's like always how it goes too. Like you surprise yourself every time in those type of sets.
Sure.
That's what's up.
Pyro, why don't we just stick on here, man? Talk about being in a duo. Are there any challenges? Are there, is there a way to do it that works for you? Yeah, just talk about being a duo, man. Because I don't think, Entel's definitely not. And while we play back to back, you're definitely not in a duo. I'm not. So you're kind of unique.
The reason I'm not in duos, so.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty so over the years you kind of just learn to adapt to what that person plays, and you try. The only thing that's really hard about it is when we started off playing like house parties, it would be like he would have by the way, shout out DJ Replay. He would have his playlist and I would have mine. You don't want to play, you don't have the same music because it just like it doesn't work out well, because if I have the same songs that he has, then that limits my playlist if he's playing it. If we're gassing like a party, playing like 4 songs in like a minute, just going quick, then like it kind of runs through. So it was just sometimes it was really cool to learn from what he was doing, but at the same time it was just like there's a lot of stuff I didn't get to learn over the past 3 years because I was just stuck with I wouldn't say floating. I was just that's what it was. It was just young Hollywood. But it was never just Pyro. I don't even have the logo. So I just never really got to learn like what I wanted to do and what I wanted to play. And since now I've been doing solo, I actually really miss playing back-to-back sets with this dude. But I'm just at the same time being able to branch off and live is honestly a really dope feeling too. So
now, did you guys split the DJ duties as far as away from the decks? Was it did you guys practice? Was there hey, we should try this in the set beforehand, or it was just get up there? He's got music on flash drive A, I got music on flash drive B, and go. Did you guys split the duties? Or did you guys work together on everything?
Not gonna lie to you, dude. So what I got into was just winging shit. We would pull up with 600 songs, even at Dahlia, a bounce. We would never have a routine. We were just blasting. So we were just going just the airing, whoever could what I'm saying, whatever sounds best. So I never really grown up on playing, or I've never gone into building sets for shows or anything. I don't have anything. I just I have 300 songs. I'm going to go through as many as I can, and whatever ones look gas at the time, because I know that if I have a set playlist, it's just going to be I'm too picky, you know what I'm saying? I'm just moving fast. I'm oh, this looks good. Oh, there it is. Just moving around. But if I have to play this, I feel like it just kind of messes up the flow. So, yeah.
I think James knows I'm getting anxiety only bringing 300 songs to a gig.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying recently, 30-minute sets.
Yeah.
I like when you guys winged it, for sure, because a lot of times the crowd was just it would be half full, or it would be full, and that way you're prepared to audible
please the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. I think for me, I like to prepare, but I like to switch it up if I can switch it up if I have to.
You too.
In fact, it's been a long time since I've played a full prep in order. There's no way. It just never works out like that. But you can have an idea of how you want to tell your story, especially if you know your set time and you kind of can get an idea of what the crowd's going to be like. So I think every show is a little bit different. But
yeah.
Did you wing that day club show? Because I really liked that one.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I just downloaded a bunch of songs that I liked, because I sometimes if I have time to listen to songs, I'll just I'll download that later, and just I kind of just build it all together into a playlist, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
but every set's different. You're right.
Mike, you want to give a shout out to our boys?
Yeah, 614. Yeah, shout out to them. They just came out with their wooden bracelets. I saw that on IG today. So 614 is kind of the sponsor for this segment called 614 Releases. And unfortunately, I put the feelers out a couple days ago, and not many people reached out to me. So I don't know if things are coming out in Columbus, but this is the moment where I'm saying, if you guys have projects coming out, in your to-do list of places to let people know. You got Facebook, Twitter, IG, whatever. Add our podcast on there. Let us know. Tag us on IG or just message me or James, and we'll put it on the show. Everyone's looking for more. We have a platform. We got about, we got 2 million listeners right now. So let us know what you're putting out.
We're up
and,
there.
Yeah. Oh,
nice. I was like, wait, hold on. No,
yeah, you said, I was like, what?
He's squinting. He's like, wait, hold on. I think it's 2.
It has 2 with an M next to it.
People are waiting for that pyro video.
I'm about to redo it or something.
But yeah, let us know. We want to share. We want to share what everybody's doing in the community. Until you just put out Dream State last week. We talked about it. It's doing well. I think it's your second most played song on Spotify. I don't know what the numbers are like for SoundCloud, but
not good. I don't push SoundCloud that well.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
So we just
yeah.
Shout out to 614 for sponsoring that segment. James, you want to keep going? I know you said you wanted to maybe keep it to an hour. I want to keep going. I still have some questions for these guys.
Let's do a couple more minutes, man. I mean, let's break it down. Let's do a speed round.
I'll even do your favorite segment. We're gonna do show and tell really quick, guys. What did you bring for show and tell?
All right, I kind of cheated because it's still packed up, but I've got a photo of it.
That does not count.
Well, my fishing rods and boxes somewhere, but my fishing rod. Yeah.
You gonna show us the big catch?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
I'm gonna show my show and tell, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Here it is.
Oh, you're lit.
Look at that, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, those look homemade, James. Did you just make those?
Oh, dude, this whole time I've been.
Anytime I go on the speaker view, going to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys. Whoever wants to start.
Oh, yeah. You gonna go first?
Oh man.
You got it.
All right. So basically, before all this quarantine shit happened, I bought a pair of Crocs that I was gonna wear to the club and actually whenever I DJ. And now they're work shoes. Whenever I go to work, I wear them. When I get off, I wear them. So this is I got.
So you wear them to work before you change into like your boots. Or
dude, I've worked in these before. I'm not.
Oh shit!
Dude, Crocs are the truth. Hell yeah!
Hey, they're muddy.
Am I sleeping on Crocs?
You gotta wear some like
heavily,
dude.
No,
yeah, dude.
No.
Mike, you're never. I'm telling you, you're gonna rereplace your moccasins when you get these, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, like it's like they just slide straight off.
You don't have moccasins.
Mike's gonna find the funding for some Columbus DJ podcast Crocs, and we'll get
Hell yeah,
dude, put the
James
logo on
knows
it.
about the Adidas Ultra Boots. Ultra Boost. That's the most comfortable thing I've ever put on my feet ever.
I will say this: the Nike Pegasus are a close second.
Ooh,
oh yeah, those are gas.
Yeah.
No.
Intel, please tell me you brought something better than Crocs.
What? No, I did. I mean, seriously, I've only got a photo because it's in a box, but I don't even know if it's going to come up. But I brought a fishing pole. The reason is
we want to see the fish that you caught. Show us the fish that you caught. With you got the.
No, I haven't caught it. I haven't caught any.
Yeah, fish is like right here.
Hey, I know that.
It turned into a bottle of champagne. I don't know.
Okay. So wait, tell us about this fishing pole.
Yeah, so the fishing pole, that's my show. I'm a pretty ADD dude. It's hard for me to sit still, even in the studio. I'm getting up all the time, or even like watching Netflix, dude. I got to stand up every 20 minutes. But for whatever reason, dating back to being a kid, fishing has always just been one activity where I could sit on a lake and just zone out to the sounds of nature and sit there, and 4 hours goes by. So it's like kind of the final frontier for like an activity that's just like, dude, I need to do something for me and unplug, leave the phone in the car, and just do it.
Dude, I like fishing, but I have a kind of like a scary story. Not scary, but like when I was young, I had like a kid fishing pool, like a Mickey Mouse one, and I went catfish hunting. And this monster of a fish took me and my pole into the pond. Oh, and I was like, I'm done with this, bro. And took my pole. My whole pole went into the pond, and I ran.
You're not getting that back, man.
I ran the other way as if the fish was going to come out of the pond. Like, I was so scared, dude.
I used to be these two little boys or two kids down the street for me. They ran through every babysitter in the neighborhood. Like all the girls wouldn't watch them because they were little fucking demons. Like their mom had them in boxing classes, but they were a big hunting and fishing family. And they asked me if I'd watch them on Fridays. Dude, I would just take him fishing. And normally it was great, but safety, dude, one time this kid's yelling like, Anthony, check this out. Dude, he's got a snapping turtle by the tail and he's in like 4th grade. And he's like, I don't know what to do now. And I'm like, I have never seen a fish here, you know? And he's just like, I think I drop it. So yeah, I didn't take them fishing after that.
That's cool though. That's definitely something relaxing and de-stressing though.
No, dude, I love it. Sit on a lake, dude, just listen to the water. I mean, shit.
Mike, you gonna show and tell us a surfboard or what's going on over there?
You know me, man. I'm not a. All
right.
The rule for show and tell.
I know that it's for them, but next time it's your.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Because I know you got some weird shit in your room or something that you.
All I have is my lights. Like all I have that I don't. Anything that's not DJing is like my lightsaber because I'm a Star Wars nerd. And my video.
Yeah.
That's it.
Next episode, you're gonna do a lightsaber show on the. Like, don't you guys want to see that? Wouldn't you guys tune in? I want to
see what type of collectible
if we get to 25 concurrent listeners, I will show you guys my OB Annie spins. And for those of you who don't know, if you're watching episode 3, you get to the probably defining lightsaber battle in the Star Wars saga. And there's a moment where they're both standing on a table and they're both spinning their lightsabers. And at the end, they clash. That spinning the lightsabers, I've been working on it. So I will, if we get to 25 concurrent listeners, people watching at the same time, next week, Saturday, 6:30. I almost said April 32nd. Yeah, I'll do that for you guys. What's one secret to DJing that maybe our listeners have not heard before? Like maybe one of your personal secrets to DJing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is that big of a secret, but for within the genre that I do, melodic deep stuff, dude, mixed in key, dude, get familiar with the Camelot wheel. That thing is your best friend, but then within that, don't be too glued to it. I mean, understand your tracks were, because, you know, I got in the habit of being too habitual with mixing in key, and it just was super restricting. So make sure you understand where, like, your tracks get minimal so you can loop those into other songs. But yeah, dude, I mean, Camelot wheel is what I always recommend. That's a super, super useful tool.
Absolutely. So. And if I could add to that, like you said, really figure it out so that you know when you can break the rules. Like you were saying, like waiting for the last section, which doesn't have any melodic elements, so you can mix out, or just not keeping it.
Because I mean, as much within my genre, like I always love to play songs out. I mean, dude, you can't be doing 7-minute extended mixes for every song. So yeah.
Gotta hit those cue points. Pyro, what do you think? What's your number one secret to DJing?
To DJ or being a DJ,
or the business part of it, or just what you do about being pyro. What's your secret? Just offer some advice to people out there.
Do what makes you happy. You know, you don't have to do whatever anyone else. You know, like just because you're not playing whatever someone else wants you to play doesn't mean you need to satisfy them because they're not doing anything for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like with this industry, you really gotta look out for yourself, but also make sure that like you have to know that you won't get anywhere if you don't look out for other people and show them support too. You know, it's kind of just like you gotta help each other out in this community, and that's how we work.
Right. Yeah, networking and relate. Actually, I hate word networking. Relationships matter more than skills in the DJ world, at least at this time. And then my technical question for you, Pyro, we actually talked about. So what was it like being part of a duo? Actually, I'll use the second part of the question. Are there any differences between how you perform solo and then how you perform with replay, or it's the same free-flowing thing, you just play double the music?
Definitely, I'd say more constricted, I would say not being able to play some of the music that I maybe planned, you know, because like sometimes you don't always get all the time that you want when DJing. So like you miss, oh damn, I wanted to play this song, but you can't, you know, I was like after. But I think it definitely complicates it more when you have a second person, because it's just, you don't know if everything's gonna like go together well. if you know your playlist, like you know if like certain songs go together on your shit but not on someone else's, or like that was kind of like how it was. Like some nights were good, some nights were bad. It was just vibes or like energy.
Yeah, I've always thought you guys worked really well together because like you were the energy, right? If you looked up at the booth, whether you were DJing or whether Replay was DJing, you were still like the energy, the focal point, and then Replay
always
added
bouncing.
that funk. And then when you guys would kind of bounce together, that's when you know you were killing it, because like Replay was like off of his technical stuff and you were on your party stuff, and you guys would meet in the middle and just kind of bop.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
And
definitely gotta bring that back sometime. Absolutely.
And Entel, you know, I got to talk to you about deep house and melodic deep techno. Very, very difficult genres to mix. You don't just, you know, download 15 songs of this stuff and then, you know, mix it together and call it a mixtape. There's a lot that goes into it. You talk about mix and key, especially for these types of music. Has becoming a producer helped you mix these genres? And then is it harder to mix them live because you know more about the production side? So has being a producer helped or hurt you on the DJing aspect with respect to what you play?
Dude, it's kind of a hard question. Shit. You know, dude, overall, I was gonna say, at first I was gonna say it hurt me, but no, it's definitely helped. And I think Dave Dresden actually kind of gave me this feedback that kind of helped me get over that hump. He told me when you're producing your songs, during every step, dude, mix check those. So actually, when I'm writing songs, I'm exporting every version, whether it's final or not, mixing them with my favorites. And so within that, actually, it's made me a better producer and a better DJ because I understand dance floor structure better. I understand my production skills. My breakdowns were way too damn long. So like that was one thing I noticed. So in the end, it's made me a better DJ and a better producer because I'm understanding now how to make my sound fit kind of the commercial structure. Because at the end of the day, we're making dance music, you know? So I mean, there's a structure to it. So it's allowed me to fit my sound way more confidently into other people's. So... And what I found is some of my idols like Yodo, Grum, my songs are starting to mix personally very well with them, and that's exciting. So yeah, I think at first I was not DJing at all and just writing, made shows super difficult, but kind of having both coexist now has been super beneficial.
Yeah, I've always heard that like referencing, like, you know, putting your tracks up against another one is like a helpful thing for production, but that's even like taking a step further and say, hey, do these mix together? Really,
yeah, and that's what I always have reference tracks. Just real quick, if you're a producer, I highly recommend the plugin Ozone Tonal Balance. I'm not going to dive too far into it, but it's a great mix reference tool, and really if you're starting out just to see the basic frequencies. But yeah, like you said, I would never have thought to like export this. Okay, how does this version mix? And I mean, dude, now I don't have to do it as much because I have a better understanding. So it's been super cool.
Cool. Anything else you guys just want to tell the world? Appreciate you guys going a little bit extra with me.
Every month until 2021, I've got at least one song coming out. So definitely check my socials.
That's a Columbus DJ podcast exclusive announcement right here.
Yeah. Some of them I can't talk about. Yeah, but every month until 2021, there's something new coming for me. So
awesome,
I'm excited
man.
about that.
Love that.
That's
Pyro?
What's up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm actually starting to get into producing, so I'm gonna figure all that out.
You going the hip hop route, or you going the bass route?
Honestly, I want to go in the house. I want to go in everything, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be stuck in one certain genre. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if I had to just start making edits and then work my way into it, then that's how it is. But I gotta do more than just being a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta contribute.
I take a little bit of offense to that. I'm playing.
You know, I gotta say,
I love music. You know, I just like playing other people's music because like it's really different. You know.
Sounds good, brother. Yeah. Let's close it out. You guys want to give any shout outs? Pyro and Entel, give any shout outs? Anybody that
Shit. Shout out like Ozone, dude. I don't know. Max has actually, I should have said it earlier. He showed me some IDs in the studio there, and Max has some of the most beautiful melodic music that I'm like, dude, why are you not sending this to people? So I think he is now. So shout out, Max. Good.
And where can people find you, Entel, before we hear from Pyro?
Yeah. So I'm Entel_music on all socials, SoundCloud, Spotify, just Entel, ENTEL. But yeah, Entel_music on all socials. Pretty easy to find. So
always love that name, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Pyro, talk to us.
Wait, hold on. What was that?
Where can you give a shout out?
Besides behind the dumpster, you know, smoking tobacco.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Yami. I know he's watching right now, so I'll say what's up to him. And then you can catch me at DJ Pyro with 2 O's on Instagram and Pyro614 on Twitter. Pretty sure.
Nice.
Something like that, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you watching on YouTube, like the video if you learned something or just enjoy, or if you laughed, like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more from the Columbus DJ podcast, and leave something in the comments. If you think we suck, let us know so we can make it better. If you think we're doing great, let us know so we can continue doing what we're doing. Oh, I do have a shout out. Shout out Connor. Cannabis. I know he's watching right now. So what's up,
Connor?
Yo, Connor, that dubstep shit you've been sending me is phenomenal. Yeah, dude, Connor has been gassing the production. That's a good shout out, man.
Yeah, big ups to Connor.
Yeah. I didn't even know he's doing production. I have to check it out. James, take us out.
Yo, Intel Pyro, thank you guys so much for coming on. You know, we're learning as we go, but we really enjoy talking to DJs and bringing the community closer. So, thank you everybody that's like watching us and supporting us. You know, we're all
2 million of you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're all anxious to get back to work, and we love just talking and you guys listening. So, thank you.
Yeah, big ups to all you guys.
Yeah, dude, thanks you guys for having us on, man.
No problem.
Guys.
I miss you guys.
Good night. Stay safe. Yes, thank you, buddy. I'll see you in Verdansk later.
Yeah, bro. We better get
wait, what's up, bro? I was actually about to get on. I was about to get on. If you guys are about trying to play.
Yeah, bro.
Run.
Send them our tags because I don't know how to do it yet. I'm a noob.
I think I got.
Can I get on it if I got PS4? Am I out the game?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I'll get you guys.
We'll just run with this squad right here. All right, take us out. Take us out in the game. We'll give you $15.
Yeah. I got 2 kills max. That's all I'm good for.
Yeah. That's all we need.
Yeah. All right, guys. Columbus DJ Podcast, episode 4. Entel, Pyro, Corrupt, Access. We out.
It's a smart water GB right there. Oh, yo. Oh, down the hatch. Whoop.